Hello, everyone. My name is Danny. This review is for the movie called Charlie's Angels. This is a 2019 film, the 2019 version. It's rated PG 13. It's directed by Elizabeth Banks. It stars Kristen Stewart, Naomi Scott, and Ella Balinska. It runs 2 hours. And the description: Kristen Stewart, Naomi Scott, and Ella Balinska are working for the mysterious Charles Townsend, whose investigative agency has expanded internationally. The new angels are among the world's smartest, bravest, and most highly trained women all over the globe. Under the guidance of Bosley, the angels have to protect a revolutionary technology from becoming weaponized. They will have to rely on each other as their assignment becomes increasingly treacherous, and even those closest to them can no longer be trusted. This is Charlie's Angels. Well, let's not focus on the fact that there has been, two movies in the past about Charlie's Angels. Um, that cast was so much better. They were so original. This is honestly just a remake. Let's just focus on that. That is just a remake. It's its own movie. It has a new cast. It has really a lot of new ideas, straying away from the old Charlie's Angels. So this is almost its own movie. So let's just focus on that, okay? I think the cast was not casted correctly. I don't like the new ideas that they brought forward, but for the movie that they have, it works. I don't like the twist that they had because one you didn't really see coming maybe too much, but another one you did, and another one you did. So maybe you were thrown off a little bit, but I'm not focusing on that either. I'm focusing that they at least had twists because I didn't know if they were going to for a while. This movie starts out kind of plain, kind of silly, kind of gag lines, kind of gag action. This whole opening scene just sets up, and then, oh, we're going to do one thing, and then that's it. Okay, thanks. And I was really disappointed in the first scene. But as the movie went on, I started to get into it. I started to get into the action. I started to get into the characters. I started to get into the situation. I started to get into the different Bosleys that we have. And I started to like it more and more. So I hope that's how it goes for you, if you give this movie a chance, because it does get better as it goes. One of the things that goes better, obviously, I saw in theater, so the people around me, if we're reacting to things, there's a lot to react to. So it doesn't really matter if you're watching at home, you're watching in theater in the future, because it's just an enjoyable movie as it goes, and you're kind of thrown off by some of the stuff. So the action gets better, the storylines get better, the characters get better, all that kind of stuff. It all gets better. One thing that I did not like, and I usually don't like unless I'm watching like Family Guy or something, is self identification. This movie does throw out some other movie series, some other movie franchises that in the real world, you know why they would be talking about it. But if you're watching their movie, why are they referencing other things? It just doesn't make any sense to me when people step out of character, talk about something they think is funny, and I'll just tell you, one of the references is Fast and Furious. And I just don't like them throwing that out there. If you're going to talk about cars going fast, say that they're fast cars. You don't have to mention that they're furious cars or whatever they said. So I don't like that at all. And they did it like 2 or 3 times, and I really don't like it. The other thing I just generally did not like was how they have all these different teams. Like I told you, the opening scene just really ruined a lot of things for me. It's like the old one never existed. Well, it existed, but then their idea of what happens after that is just completely ridiculous. And one thing is that they create this idea that Bosley is a rank, it's not a name. And it's so of a precious thing back in the old movies. But like I said, I'm not talking about the old movies. I'm not comparing them, but I'm just saying that it was such a precious thing back in the old movies that for them to just kind of toss that aside, that idea that Bosley is important, I don't know. I just felt like they were kind of disrespecting that name and that idea. So then they have all these teams and everything. That's fine. As the movie wears on, you kind of understand that there are more angels. It's become more of a big deal around the world. It's more of an organization. It's not just one team. Trying to go around the world and stop people. And then you have to start making sense about the travel time and all this other stuff. How they can catch anybody. But so that idea is fine. I'm cool with the idea of growth as an organization. Okay, whatever. Um, the fact that they only had two on this team for this movie, Kristen Stewart and this other girl, like they worked fine together, but like I would have appreciated three. Like when you're talking about angels and you're talking about Charlie's Angels, usually there's three, and our third isn't. I don't want to give everything away, but she's not an angel, and when she's along for the ride, she just kind of feels like carried, baggage, and it just makes the movie struggle. It's like I'm struggling along with the movie, so it just kind of wears on my nerves. So that all said, generally, I liked all the action in this. It does kind of keep pouring it on. The one twist that I did not see coming was a really big twist, and I was surprised by it. I'm surprised the movie had that much guts to do that big a twist. And then I enjoyed how many people were in this movie. It's nice to have a little bit of professionalism in a movie that kind of felt like it was a little bit of a silly movie. And as they went, they had this assassin, they had this other Bosley, they had, just some people that I know. And it kind of helped the movie kind of ease my worries and ease my concerns as it goes on. Like I said, it gets better. And so by the end of the movie, I was really relaxed. I was smiling. I was, enjoying the end. I was feeling good. And any movie that can bring up all the concerns I brought up in 7 minutes and then ease my concerns away by the end of the movie and like in the second half of it, I think it's a pretty darn good movie. I think it's pretty enjoyable. I think it's, understandable how it goes its own direction. I think all that is explained. And if you want to go see it, then I think you're going to enjoy it. I think you might not agree with some of the things like I did not. But honestly, it just kind of impresses. Kristen Stewart feels weird in her role, but she makes it work really well, and she's really impressive with some of the stuff she does. And this other girl that's in there, I'm sorry I don't know her name just off the top of my mind, but she's not like a well-known person. She is perfect for her role, really. And just the situation that they're in, it's a really big deal. It feels important. It feels like it could be a real situation. And, you watch all these TV shows and you watch all these other movies in this category, and it feels like one of the bigger situations. It feels like a real thing. So there's real raw human emotion in it. There's a real situation in there. There's lots of relationships that need to be going this way and that way to make things work, and people's reactions to things are very kind of founded. So I honestly got impressed by this movie as it went on, and I hope you do too. I'm going to give Charlie's Angels a B. I really do recommend it. I really did enjoy it after I left the theater. I had that good feeling surrounding me, and I hope you feel that too. I hope you understand my grade of B for Charlie's Angels. Thanks a lot, guys. My name is Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and get something to watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. And enjoy your movies. Thanks.